Well, it is the beginning of November, so that means I can start watching holiday movies. I can start watching Christmas movies. And this year, first up is the Polar Express from 2004. And I would rate this movie a 5 out of 10. And that is me being generous because I think maybe I should have given it like a 4 or a 4.5. It's not really that good of a movie. Now, some people consider it a Christmas movie. I don't really consider it a Christmas movie, but I do remember back in the day when the trailer for this movie came out. I was actually really excited for this movie, and I was thinking to myself, well, maybe this is going to be, a new classic Christmas movie, a movie that I need to watch every year. But it's not. It's far from a good Christmas movie. It's far from just a good movie. And when I watch a Christmas movie, I want to feel something. I want to feel warmth. I want to feel fuzzy. That's what I'm looking for when I watch a Christmas movie. I want to see Christmas on screen. Just snow isn't enough. I want to feel, like I'm looking at a Christmas postcard. That's what I want from a Christmas movie. And the Polar Express, it's mostly just dead-eyed mannequins on screen. It's pretty creepy to look at. Now, for me, this movie, yeah, it's technically very ambitious if you consider this movie was made in 2004. So I gotta give credit for, the visual ambition of this movie. But the main problem is that this movie lacks emotional depth, like a lot of uh, lacking in the emotional department. This movie wants to be magical, it tries to be magical, but it just fails on all fronts. The magic just isn't there. This movie, it looks visually good for its time. I'll come back to that later, but the magic it just isn't there. So it's not very good. Now, what is this movie really about? Well, on Christmas Eve, we have this skeptical boy, the main character, who is taken away by a mysterious train to the North Pole. And along the way, he meets other children. All the classics. A shy person, a confident person, a shy boy, confident girl, and they know it all. And then he learns, or they all learn about faith and believing in the spirit of Christmas and friendship, and all that good stuff. But the problem in this movie is if this is a movie with a story about wonder, imagination, faith in Christmas, it feels extremely, what's the right word? Mechanical, very contrived, um, very non-wonder-ish, very non-believe-ish, very non-faith-ish. It just doesn't balance it well. It's lacking wonder. It's lacking imagination really. And what it's really about is it's a movie about a train. That's what this movie is about. It's not really about wonder and believing in Christmas, what it's trying to do, but really it's just let's say an adventure movie about a train. Yeah, that really sucks. That's not what I was hoping for. And it doesn't even do it well. And it feels like this movie just goes on autopilot. Just yeah, the movie is just going through the motions in 90 minutes and that's it. I didn't really feel anything and I was happy when the movie was done. Now, is it all bad? No, of course not. There are some things that work. And the first thing that I have to acknowledge is the musical score. And that is composed by Alan Silvestri. Now, I recognize that name because I actually listen to his music on Spotify. And as far as I know, he is the one who also composed the music, or at least part of the music, for the Avengers movies, or at least one of the Avengers movies, if I'm not mistaken. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I had to look that up, of course. But he apparently did the music for this movie, and I think the music definitely is doing its thing. The orchestra feels great. The choir's pretty awesome. And, the music, I would say it's top notch, at least the musical score. And it almost feels, you can almost feel the Christmas spirit, but not really. And that is the problem. The the score, the music, it's way too cinematic. It's too much. It's too grandiose for the visuals of this movie. The visuals don't match the quality of the music. That is a problem. you know it's the movie that has a strong emotional music to it, but it lacks the ability to match it in terms of visuals. So yeah, great music, visually a problem. And then I keep going on the visuals. Now, for me, it was very uneasy to look at for almost 90 minutes. This movie, I felt like I was watching a cutscene from a video game from the early 2000s. That's the style of animation that we get. That's the style of visuals that we get. That's the style of CGI that we get here. And when I play a video game and that is the level of quality for a cutscene, I'm fine watching that for 30 minutes or for 30 seconds or a minute. But watching a whole movie in that visual style, ugh, that is rough. Now, was it impressive back in the day? I mean, I guess. But when you watch this movie now, or at least when I was watching this movie, I thought this doesn't really look good at all. It's painfully bad in terms of quality. It's not very impressive whatsoever. So when I say the visuals are good, I mean I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. They were very ambitious for the time, for 2006. But yeah, no, it's not very visually striking. It's not visually very impressive to look at nowadays. So visually, credit where credit is due, but it's very uneasy on the eyes. And then, of course, we have Tom Hanks. I mean, Tom Hanks, he does a very good job portraying multiple characters, if I'm not mistaken. And he does some really good voice work. So, it is Tom Hanks after all, great actor and apparently also a great voice actor. So, yeah, I can't complain there with the choice of Tom Hanks. But that's pretty much all the things that I can list that are good in this movie. And then the movie just falls apart, and there's a lot of things to complain about when watching this movie. And the first thing is the thing that everybody will notice, and that is what is called the uncanny valley problem. I had to look that up because I didn't know the uncanny valley what it meant, but I definitely recognized it. So the uncanny valley problem, it actually means that it is some animation style that when they create something like a human, and there is just something off that makes the human or the person on screen, the animation, it makes it look very unsettling, very creepy. That is apparently what the uncanny valley problem means. So I had to look that up. So if you didn't know, then now you know as well. So I didn't like the animation style whatsoever. I think it's absolutely terrible. It's absolutely garbage. And I don't think I'm the only person who didn't like it. I mean, the characters' faces, they barely move. The eyes, they stare blankly downward. I mean, the smiles, it's all so creepy and unsettling. It feels like lifeless mannequins on screen. Yeah, they don't look like children. They look like dolls. It's very unsettling to look at. So instead of warmth and happiness and joy on screen, you get something really creepy to look at. So that doesn't really work in terms of a Christmas movie or even a children's movie. And also the emotionless storytelling. Like I said, when I watch a Christmas movie, I want to see some emotions, or I want to feel some emotions. But everything in this movie, it feels like a video game, like a level in a video game. It looks like it feels like it. We're jumping tracks, we're dodging ice, we're grabbing a ticket, and we keep doing the same thing over and over again. So yeah, there's no great storytelling going on. So visually, not very impressive, and the story it also goes absolutely nowhere. There's no point in even making a movie like this, yeah, no, I didn't like that at all. And then a minute ago I said the music is great, and I'm talking about the score. But then we have some musical numbers in this movie as well, and they absolutely suck. We have a hot chocolate song. We have uh, what was it? A tap dancing song on the train. We get random background sounds, jingles, and I mean, I don't know what they were trying to do. I think they were trying to make it feel like something magical, musical, Christmassy, but it doesn't match the tone of the movie whatsoever. It's no. Um, so yeah, the musical numbers are extremely awkward. So no, and I can keep going, but I'm gonna cut it off right here. So yeah, to its credit, the Polar Express, I think they pushed animation technology forward. I can see that, so I give credit there. But it absolutely looks terrible if you have to look at it, nowadays. And I don't think it is a good movie, not even for kids. I don't think it's a comforting snow spectacle, the Christmas type of movie. Far from it. Uh, for me, it's a ride I only need to take once. I hopped on the train and I'm off, and I will never get back on this Polar Express whatsoever. So, yeah, it's somewhat of a paradox, visually very ambitious, musically rich, and emotionally extremely empty. Um, yeah, so no, a movie that I thought would maybe be a Christmas classic, but in the end, it's just a movie about a train. It's about snow and steel. It's a story that moves nowhere. It doesn't go anywhere. So a final verdict for me, 5 out of 10, very generous. So yeah, that's my take on it. But then again, what do I know about movies really? I hope you enjoyed this review, and let me know what you think of this movie, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.